what is the syllabus of computer concepts, because there's some marks on also the computer programmings as well as fundamental of computer also. So this is the syllabus for the computer concepts. Mostly याच्यामध्ये बराचसा syllabus हा you have already covered in your graduation किंवा तुमच्या जर if you are in the computer background, so these are syllabus mostly covered up झालेला आहे तुम्हाला. Even also in some students from the different backgrounds like commerce, yeah, arts, so they have some portion is there ki what this computer, what is the CPU, all this they have learned before also. So we have go with the syllabus. सगळ्यात पहिले कम्प्युटर बेसिक्स दिलेलं आहे त्यांनी त्याच्यामध्ये की व्हॉट इज ऑर्गनायझेशन ऑफ कम्प्युटर इज व्हॉट, देन आफ्टर दॅट central processing unit. This is the main of part of your computer. Then structure of instruction in the CPU, how the data is flow from input device to output device to the central processing unit, and finally output will be generated. Then computer memory organization and backup devices. We have go with that syllabus also. Then data representation, how the data is represented in different ways. Either it is an integer format, to number format मध्ये असू शकतो किंवा तो text मध्ये असू शकतो, image मध्ये असू शकतो. So how to represent your data, that is a data representation. So then after that, the data is I already told it is integer, character, fraction, video format, wave format, any different types of formats that the data is available. That is completely called as a data. Then binary and hexadecimal. These are the number systems. Here they are covered. Binary number system is there. There are then hexadecimal number system is there. Then what are the different operations on binary arithmetic operations? There are the only four arithmetic operations, which are addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. These four operations we have learned in a binary arithmetic. Then we go with a sign arithmetic. And sign arithmetic is also called as a ones complement, and the twos complement of arithmetic is there. Then floating point representation of number. Normalize the floating point of representation. Then Boolean algebra, truth table, Venn diagrams. All these are covered in this, the data representations. Computer architecture, in that they again covered the block diagram of computer, communication between the processor and IO devices. Then after that, computer concepts, in that they, and then these are again repeat will be there. And then finally, computer language. And then in that computer language, we learn assembly language, which is used for the assembly programming in microprocessors. For this language will be used assembly language. Then high level language, and that we have covered the different types of languages are there in high level languages, which learned for the computer. That is C programming, C++ programming, .NET programming, Java programming, Perl, PHP, all these are higher level languages. And only they have covered in your CET examination, that is computer programming in C, and operating systems basics. So these most of the points, points covered, because we have a less time within 2 hours. It could not be possible the complete syllabus is covered, but we covered the some basic points of main points of this complete syllabus. Okay, then we go with first is organization of computer. Mind मध्ये तुमच्यासमोर जर कम्प्युटरचा डेस्कटॉप आला असेल, तर in that desktop एक कीबोर्ड असतो, एक माउस असतो, that is your input device. Then again, the second one is the central processing unit, जो आपला CPU म्हणतो आपण, so that is called as a central processing unit. In that the combination of memory unit त्याच्यामध्ये असतं, त्याच्यानंतर arithmetic logical unit असतं, त्याच्यानंतर सेंट्रल प्रोसेसिंग कंट्रोल युनिट असतं. असे 3 युनिट्स त्या सेंट्रल प्रोसेसिंग युनिट मध्ये असतात. इन दॅट दे हॅव मेन कंट्रोल युनिट कंट्रोल होल systems. Okay, arithmetic logical unit. Why we use arithmetic logical unit? Because of only performance of addition, subtraction, multiplication. Means any type of operations performed through the arithmetic logic unit perform करतं. रॅम मेमरी जी आहे, मेमरी युनिट जे असतं त्याच्यामध्ये मेमरी जो काही आपण ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करणार, so that data will be stored in the memory. There are the different types of memories: RAM memory, ROM memory, EPROM is there, erasable programmable ROM, EEPROM, electrical erasable programming ROM. अशा वेगवेगळ्या टाईपच्या मेमरी आहेत. तर त्याच्यामध्ये रॅम मेमरी आपण मोस्टली आपल्या सिस्टममध्ये अवेलेबल असते. आपण रॅम मेमरी, इट इज नॉट अ परमनंट मेमरी. Means suppose we have used for some period of time, every data will be read or write on a RAM memory. तुमचा जो काही डेटा अवेलेबल असतो तो रीड अँड राईट मध्ये आपण तो डेटा स्टोर करू शकतो रॅम मेमरी मध्ये. पण वेन आय शट डाऊन माय सिस्टम, माय रॅम मेमरी विल बी अ क्लिअर. मीन्स इट इज नॉट परमनंट. मग परमनंट कुठली? तर वेन यू आर स्टोरिंग युअर डेटा इन अ परमनंट डेटा स्टोरेज, दॅट इज हार्ड डिस्क, जे आपल्याकडे अवेलेबल आपल्या सिस्टमला असतं. हार्ड डिस्क असतं, दिस हार्ड डिस्क इज अ परमनंट स्टोरेज. किंवा प्रिव्हियसली जे systems होते, that systems will be used for the storage device that is called as tape storage. Tape storage यूज केल्या जायचे लॉंग, जसे आपल्याला प्रिव्हियस, अगर वी आर गोइंग 20 years बॅक, तर 20 years बॅक मध्ये जे मूवी स्टोर केले जाते, एक मॅग्नेटिक टेपवर, मॅग्नेटिक फिल्मवर आपला डेटा, मूवी स्टोर राहायचा, त्यात टीव्ही रेकॉर्ड कॅसेट राहायची ती आपल्याकडे. द सेम वे वेन यू आर स्टोरिंग युअर डेटा इन अ फॉर्म ऑफ अ टेप, and that data will be stored in tape storage format. And printer is one of the output device. Then after that, your monitor is also output device, because we have seen all the data on your monitor. जो काही डेटा दिसतोय तो आपल्याला मॉनिटरवर डिस्प्ले होतोय, तर त्यामुळे that data is called as output device. Punch card, previously कीबोर्डच्या ऐवजी पंच कार्ड होते, that punch card will be used for the as a input device. So this is the structure of organization of computer. Means एक छोटासा जैसा आपण when you studied your computer, so then it is stored into this complete one CPU, central processing unit मध्ये आपण सगळा डेटा स्टोर करू शकतो. अँड कंट्रोल युनिट जो त्यातला एक मेन पार्ट असतो, जो इच कंट्रोल ऑल द सिस्टम्स अँड एव्हरीथिंग इज अवेलेबल ऑन युअर सेंट्रल प्रोसेसिंग युनिट. अँड त्या सेंट्रल प्रोसेसिंग युनिट मध्ये एक महत्वाचा पार्ट असतो, दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज अ मदरबोर्ड. त्या मदरबोर्ड इज कनेक्टेड विथ ऑल द डिव्हायसेस. सगळ्या डिव्हायसेस सोबत तो कनेक्टेड असतो, प्रोसेसर सोबत कनेक्टेड असतो, तुमच्या मेमरी युनिट सोबत कनेक्टेड असतो. एव्हरीथिंग इज कनेक्टेड थ्रू अ प्रोसेसर्स, थ्रू अ मदरबोर्ड. तुमचा इनपुट आउटपुट डिव्हायसेस सुद्धा तुम्ही कनेक्ट ज्यावेळेस करता, दॅट डिव्हाइस इज ऑल्सो कनेक्टेड थ्रू अ मदरबोर्ड. ओके, दिस इज द. माझा इनपुट डिव्हाइसचा रोल काय राहतो? Input device allows to enter the data and command into computers such as keyboard, mice, microphones. All these are the computer input devices. त्यांचा रोल, it is entering of your data. जो मला डेटा द्यायचा आहे युजरला, तो डेटा मी काय करू शकतो? बाय युझिंग कम्प्युटर चा जो कीबोर्ड आहे किंवा माऊसवरनं आपण मुवमेंट करतो, किंवा क्लिकिंग ऑन दॅट एनी ऑफ द folder, clicking on open your file, move your cursor pointer. That is the role of mouse, using in the mouse. Microphones, you can heard the different songs, yeah, different videos. जो काही साऊंड येतो तो आपल्याला मायक्रोफोन थ्रू यू कॅन टॉक युअर थ्रू द मायक्रोफोन. जसं आता मी डिस्कशन करतो तुमच्यासोबत, तो दॅट इज थ्रू द मायक्रोफोन वी हॅव टू यूज देअर इन माय सिस्टम. तो दॅट मायक्रोफोन विल बी then output device, which त्याचा रोल इज डिस्प्ले वॉट एव्हर वी हॅव डेटा विल बी प्रोव्हाइडेड. मी जो काही डेटा सिस्टम कम्प्युटरला दिलेला आहे, सेंट्रल प्रोसेसिंग युनिटला दिलेला आहे, तो डेटा तो काय करतो? प्रोसेस करतो. अँड प्रोसेस करून झाल्यावर दॅट आउटपुट विल बी स्क्रीन ऑन युअर मॉनिटर. तो तुमचा मॉनिटरवर देतो तो कम्प्लीट डेटा दे विल बी प्रोव्हाइड. सपोज आय विल बी एंटर्ड 3, आय वॉन्ट टू परफॉर्म addition of two numbers. मग मी फर्स्ट नंबर एंटर केला 3, देन सेकंड नंबर एंटर केला 4. ऑटोमॅटिकली वेन एंटर बटन ज्यावेळेस प्रेस करता, आउटपुट विल बी शोन ऑन द स्क्रीन, दॅट इज 8. तो दॅट इज द स्क्रीन विच विल बी अवेलेबल ऑन युअर स्क्रीन. तो मॉनिटरवर दिसेल. आय वॉन्ट टू प्रिंट दॅट डेटा. तर प्रिंट करायसाठी मला काय करावं लागेल की आय हॅव टू कनेक्ट माय प्रिंटर. Different types of printers are there. Line printers are there. Inkjet printers are there. Dot matrix printer is there. All these different types of printers which is you can connect with your central processing unit. Central processing unit ला म्हणजे जो आपला CPU आहे त्याला कनेक्ट करू शकतो आपण, and through the cable they have connected with them. Right now the we have find out the such devices. The printer is also Wi-Fi. Wireless printers is available in the market. You can directly send the command, and the command send enter केल्यावर then directly Wi-Fi device to data will be reached to your printer and printer will be started the printing. The printer मध्ये जी काही आउटपुट जनरेट होऊन जातं in the form of pages वर तो डेटा आपण दिला तो प्रिंट होऊन येतो. So that is also your output device. Speaker वरनं जो sound generate होतो that also is called as your output device. कारण की तिथे sound आपण जो microphone through you have talk with them, yeah, otherwise you can heard a song. So then sound will be generated through a speaker. तो speaker through आपला जो आवाज येतो that is called as output device. Okay. Then what is the role of central processing unit? The central processing unitचा रोल काय आहे? तर सेंट्रल प्रोसेसिंग युनिट काय करतो की इट इज अ ब्रेन ऑफ युअर कम्प्युटर. एव्हरी प्रोसेस एव्हरी टास्क विल बी परफॉर्म बाय थ्रू द सेंट्रल प्रोसेसिंग युनिट. मग सेंट्रल प्रोसेसिंग युनिट मध्ये एक महत्वाचा पार्ट असतो दॅट इज कंट्रोल युनिट. दॅट कंट्रोल युनिट फेच ऑल द इन्स्ट्रक्शन फ्रॉम द मेमरी अँड डिकोड देम. म्हणजे त्याच्यावर डिकोड करण्यामध्ये सम प्रोसेस इज देम. प्रोसेस केल्यानंतर इट विल बी अगेन डिस्प्ले ऑन युअर आउटपुट डिवाइसला जो सेंड करतो. So that is the role of a control unit. Central processing unit is called as the brain of the computer, which is responsible for executing the instruction and controlling the flow of data. And then arithmetic logical unit, which is again the part of central unit. So arithmetic logical unit is performing only operations, logical operations, arithmetic operations, whatever the data you have provided. तुम्ही जो काही डेटा देणार त्याच्यावर तुम्ही काय करतोय? We have to give the operations perform on the data. Suppose addition operation असेल the addition perform will, multiplication operation असेल the multiplication perform will. So these operations performed by the central processing unit. Okay, then control unit fetches the instruction from the memory and decode them and coordinate to and as well as execute them. Execute your operations. That is the role of a computer unit. That is the role of a control unit. The control unit मध्ये तीन main part असतात. One is memory unit, the second one is arithmetic logic unit, and the third one is control unit. हे mind मध्ये fix ठेवा कारण की जर in case of questions जर विचारला की what are the main part of the computer organization या CPU. So with all these they are giving the three control unit, then after ALU, then after that memory unit. So then all of the above answers त्याचे सगळे correct राहील. Okay. Then one of the again part is that is a memory which is a secondary memory as well as a primary memory. आता याच्यामध्ये आपण दोन वेगवेगळ्या टाइपच्या मेमरीज अवेलेबल आहेत. मेमरी इज प्रायमरी मेमरी, सेकंडरी मेमरी. प्रायमरी मेमरी मध्ये आपण वी हॅव से दॅट इट इज अ रॅन्डम एक्सेस मेमरी दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज अ रॅम. It is temporary, but it is called as a primary memory, which is inbuilt fix on your motherboard. Then it stored जो डेटा तिथे स्टोर्ड राहतो. इट इज अ टेम्पररी स्टोरेज. इट इज नॉट परमनंट. तो तुमचा डेटा परमनंट राहत नाही. रॉम मेमरी मध्ये तुमचा डेटा जो काही तुम्ही वेन यू स्टार्ट युअर सिस्टम्स रीड ओनली मेमरी. ROM memory means त्याच्यामध्ये some programs are fixed. The programs will be stored on your ROM memory and that program will be execute at the time of when you start your systems. तो काय ज्यावेळेस आपण ROM system start करतो तुम्हाला you can sheet की this is the HP system या otherwise this is a Dell system या SCL system या Lenovo system असा message येतो. So that program is already fit into the ROM memory. The permanent program will be fit into ROM memory and that ROM memory when you start your system automatically it shows your devices. And long term storage जर मला जर हवं असेल तर then we stored your data in a हार्ड ड्राईव्ह या सॉलिड स्टेट ड्राईव्ह जे SSD आपण ज्या मोस्टली न्यू सिस्टम्स ज्या आले त्याच्यामध्ये आपण SSD यूज करतोय द सॉलिड स्टेट डिव्हाइस. सो यू कॅन स्टोर युअर परमनंट डेटा इन दिस SSD या अदरवाइज वी स्टोर अ परमनंट स्टोरेज इन अ हार्ड ड्राईव्ह. तो SSD विल बी अ फास्ट ॲज कम्पेअर्ड विथ द हार्ड ड्राईव्ह. जे आपण हार्ड डिस्क असतात त्या हार्ड डिस्कपेक्षा SSD हा कॉम्प्रेस मध्ये डेटा कॉम्प्रेशन मध्ये जास्त चांगला आहे. अँड देन SSD विल बी यूज फॉर your as a first drive and then second drive is will be you can store as a hard drives. Motherboard, which is all the circuits we find out on the main motherboard and which are all are connected. Yeah, all components are connected to the motherboard. So जेवढे components आपण आता डिस्प्ले केले CPU हा सुद्धा motherboard शी कनेक्टेड असतो. स्टोरेज डिव्हाइस सुद्धा तुमचा motherboard शी कनेक्टेड असतो. हार्ड इनपुट डिव्हाइसेस जे आपण कनेक्ट केले असतील स्पीकर्स आउटपुट डिव्हाइस मॉनिटर सुद्धा हा motherboard शी कनेक्टेड असतो. ओके. देन मेमरी युनिट्स. आता मेमरी युनिट्स काय असतात की दीज मेमरी युनिट मध्ये आपण जो डेटा स्टोर करतो, वेन यू स्टोर युअर डेटा इन अ कम्प्युटर, तो इट इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ 0 and 1. तुमचा जो काही डेटा तुम्ही स्टोर करणार सिस्टम मध्ये, तो दॅट डेटा इज स्टोर्ड इन ओनली 0 and 1, नॉट एनी अदर प्रोग्रामिंग लँग्वेज या अदर लाईक एनी अदर अल्फाबेट मध्ये आपण जे आपण मराठीमध्ये बोलतो किंवा इंग्लिशमध्ये बोलतो, हिंदीमध्ये बोलतो, गुजराती बोलतो, तर दॅट कॅरेक्टर सेट्स आर नॉट यूज इन अ बायनरी लँग्वेज. बायनरी ज्यावेळेस आपण कम्प्युटरची लँग्वेज आहे ती बायनरी लँग्वेज आहे, तर ओनली दे हॅव अंडरस्टँड 0 and 1. Only two character they will be understand. One is 0 and the second one is 1. So these two characters मध्ये जो data stored होतो, that data is stored on your secondary storage, that data is stored on the primary storage. कन्व्हर्शन साठी मग वेगवेगळे प्रोग्राम्स असतात, ते कन्वर्ट करतात. आपण वली वी आर एंटरिंग युअर डेटा इन higher level language. After that, the data is automatically convert into a 0 1 formats because of the data is not understand higher level language by your computer. So only the two character they will understand 0 and 1. Worst is a smallest memory unit सगळ्यात जे आहे smallest memory unit कुठला आहे, that is a nibble. Smallest, that is called as in bit. The smallest memory unit is called bit and combination of bit is called as a byte. ओके, तो सगळ्यात छोटा जो आहे तो बिट्स, द 4 bit कॉम्बिनेशन जो आपण यूज करतो दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज निबल. ज्या 4 बिटला आपण काय म्हणतो, निबल म्हणतो. ओनली 4 bit as you seen in your diagrams 0 1 1 0 1 1 आपण जे बघतोय, तो this is the this is your the nibble we have stored in the 4 bits. Then after that the second, it is a combination of 8 bit. ज्यावेळेस आपण combination of 8 bits stored करतो, so that is called as a byte. The combination of 1 byte is called as 8 bit. We can see in the diagram. The 8 bit ज्यावेळेस आहे, तर 8 bit means is called as a 1 byte. Okay, आणि तोच जर असेच 1024 बाईट्स असतील, 1024 लक्षात ठेवाल, कारण की जर इन केस ऑफ विचारलं तुम्हाला की 1024 किलोबाईट्स म्हणजे बाईट्स मीन्स हाऊ मच, तर इट इज कॉल्ड एज अ 1 किलोबाईट. इट इज 1 किलोबाईट, याला किलोबाईट म्हणतात. एक ज्यावेळेस आपण 1024 एवढे बाईट जर कॉम्बाईन केले, तर then it converts into a 1 kilobytes, and it is also raised to the power 2 raised to the power 10 bytes. Then megabyte 1 raised to the power 1024 kilobyte means फोर्थ मध्ये जो आपण शोधत आहे किलोबाईट, जर 1024 असतील तर then it convert into 1 megabyte. It is also called megabyte. It is 2 raised to power 20 bytes. Gigabytes, that is also called 1 raised to power 1024 MB means 1 gigabyte. गिगाबाईट नंतर टेराबाइट्स येतात, टेराबाइट्स नंतर पेटाबाइट्स येतात, एक्झाबाइट्स येतात, एक्झाबाइट नंतर झीटाबाइट येतात आणि योटोबाइट येतात. दॅट इज इन द लास्ट वी हॅव 1024 झीटाबाइट मीन्स इट इज 1 योटोबाइट. 1024 exabyte means it is a 1 zettabyte. It is 2 raised to power 70 bytes will be converted into, that is a zettabyte is there. So this is most of the 1 or 2 questions are coming on this unit key. What is nibble? So nibble मध्ये किती unit, किती bits असतात, 4 असतात, 8 असतात, 10 असतात, 15 असतात. This type of questions will be asked on you this point, that is memory unit. Okay. Then a data representation, how the data is represented in your system. Mostly the data is represented in the form of text, number, image, audio, video. All these are the structure, different structure of your data storage. हा यावेळी आपण डेटा आपण रिप्रेझेंट करू शकतो, and that everyone have a every separate format is there. The structure is वगैरह. So when you're storing your text, you can use A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z. All these text will be there. Yeah, some other texts are underscored, question mark, less than, greater than, ampersand, hash. All these are the characters. So the character you can show with the format. Then image is a combination of the different 1 and 0s upon the combination. We can compress your data and we can convert into image. Audio signals are there. It is audio signals is in the form of waves. Waveच्या format मध्ये तुमचा audio signal राहील. Then storage. Video signals are moving pictures are there. That moving pictures in form of that data is also available. So this is the data will be stored, but all the data is stored in a form of machine readable format मध्ये तुमचा data लागेल. That is called as a binary code data. 1 and 0s is there. We have go with that. This is the types of data representation. Types of data representation मध्ये सगळ्यात पहिले काय येतं, बायनरी रिप्रेझेंटेशन येतं. तर बायनरी रिप्रेझेंटेशन मध्ये mostly the data is stored in the form of zeros and ones. Then decimal representation ज्यावेळेस येतं, it is a combination of 0 to 9 numbers आणि त्याचा बेस काय असतो, 10 असतो. बायनरी रिप्रेझेंटेशन मध्ये बेस हा 2 असतो. When you are using a binary representation, the base is 2. Decimal, when you are showing a decimal representation, the number is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And these 9 total 10 number will start with a 0 and end with a 9. The total is 10 numbers. That's why the decimal base is 10. That's why it is called as a decimal number system. Then third one is hexadecimal representation. Hexadecimal representation मध्ये 0 to 9 number decimal चे असतातच. Plus they have added the some alphabets A to F. A is represented for a 10, B is represented for 11, C is represented for 12, D is represented for 13, E is represented for 14, and F is represented for 15. So all these 15 numbers are available. Six total is 16 numbers. So these 16 numbers will be shown on your in a hexadecimal representation. Same way, one another representation system is there. So that is called as octal number systems, which stored 0 to 7. 0 to 7 numbers त्याच्यामध्ये आपण use करू शकतो. 0, 1, 2, 3 and its base is 8. Total 8 numbers we have used, but number is starting from the 0 end with 7. So combination of these numbers is called as octal number. Hexadecimal numbers combination of 0 to F, 0 to 9 plus A to F. These are the some character numbers we have stored as a hexadecimal representation. Then character encoding structures are there. We have using the different types of character encoding structures. ASCII code, Unicode. These are the main mostly used in every programming language. When you are using your systems, they have use ASCII code characters. So ASCII 8 code character, 8-bit code is will be used for the C programming. Then Unicode characters is ASCII 8 is for the total 256 character represented. Because 2 raised to power 8 means it is a 256. It's 256 character represented for the ASCII 8. Unicode character, when Unicode is a 16-bit, Unicode is a 32-bit characters. Because ASCII 8 we have a limitations. ASCII 8 ला काय होतं, limitations आहे. Limitations is like की data is like the character A to Z only used in that and some special character जे आपल्या कीबोर्ड वर असतात त्या सगळे special character आपण ASCII 8 मध्ये use करतोय. तो but they have only limitation because in world there is no only English language. So there are some other different languages are there. In India, we find out the number of languages are there. So that is like Marathi is there, Gujarati is there, Tamil is there, Telugu is there, Karnataka, Kannada is there, Malayalam is there. So these languages are available in India. So when you are going to consider about the world, the number of languages there, French is there. Then after US English is there, UK English is there. So these different languages are there available with India. So that will not be fit into the ASCII code. So then we have defined the ISO. So they have defined the Unicode characters. Unicode character, they have include all different types of languages, and Unicode is a 16-bit Unicode is there. Yeah, either 32-bit Unicode is there. So they have covered up maximum languages in that the Unicode character sets. So that is the character encoding. We have to convert your characters to a numerical values to character values also. When you store your data in a statistic format, जर मला स्टोर करायचा असेल डेटा तर स्टॅटिस्टिक फॉर्म मध्ये जो डेटा स्टोर होतो इन द फॉर्म ऑफ टेबल मध्ये आपण डेटा स्टोर करू शकतो. ऑर्गनाइज युअर डेटा इन अ फॉर्म ऑफ टेबल्स. It is in a row and as well as column format. When you are storing your graph, your data will be stored in the form of charts, histograms, scatter plot. हे वेगवेगळे ग्राफचे टाइप्स आलेत. That graph types will be used for the storing of your data. Diagrams मध्ये आपण डेटा रिप्रेझेंटेशन करू शकतो. वेगवेगळे व्हिज्युअलायझेशन्स वी कॅन शो विथ द डायग्राम्स. with the relationships आपण जर आपण if you are some computer students are there, they learn the database management system. The database management system मध्ये आपण रिलेशन शो करतो. 1 to 1, 1 to many, many to many, many to 1 असे वेगवेगळे रिलेशन शो करू शकतो by showing with a representation of a diagrams. So this diagram will be help for the representation of your show the relationship and the different patterns of a data, how the data is stored. Printerचा symbol वेगळा दाखवेल, तो outputचा कमेंटचा symbol वेगळा दाखवेल, त्याचे वेगवेगळे symbols आहेत that showing with the diagrams. So these are the three different statistics we have used your data representation. First is for table. The second one is your graph. The third one is diagrams. So these are the different data representation types. Then we go with binary arithmetics. In the binary arithmetic, we have is one of the whatever the operations we perform on 0 and 1, these two characters. Operations perform करायचे, so that is called as a binary arithmetic. Binary arithmetic is one of the fundamental concept in the field of digital electronics and computer engineering. Okay, it is basically a mathematics of the number allows to perform various arithmetic operations. Mostly arithmetic operations are common as that operations is called as the binary operations. Binary operations. Then after that, binary additions, binary subtraction, binary multiplication, binary division. एवढे सगळे operations आपल्याकडे find out होतात. Okay, binary multiplication, binary division. Then we have go with the first binary addition. The rules for the binary addition बघाल, when you performing the operations 0 plus 0, ज्यावेळेस आपण 0 plus 0 करतो, so then value will be a 0. Output काय येतं 0 येतो. When you performing the operation 0 plus 1, binary मध्ये output काय येतं 1 येतं. When you performing the operation 1 plus 0, it is output is 1. When you performing the 1 plus 1, इथे काय येतं, it is not 1 plus 1 means it is not 2, it is 1 0. 1 plus 1 0 होतो आणि एक carry येतो. That carry will be, we have to add it separately. Sum काय तर माझी 0 येतं, but carry इथे माझा generate होतो, म्हणजे extra bit is generated at the time of when you performing 1 plus 1 operation. Okay, suppose I want to perform the two binary additions. मला जर perform करायचे असेल तर add two binary numbers 1101 and 1110. Solution काय येईल मला बघा. Binary additions for a given binary number is described this way. When you performing the operations 11101 plus 1110. So when you performing the 1 plus 1, काय होईल आउटपुट माझा जो रूल आहे, रूल काय सांगतो 0 plus 1 plus 0 जर केलं तर आउटपुट काय येतो 1 येतो. 0 plus 1 केलं तर आउटपुट काय येतं माझं 1 येतो. Then after that, when you performing the 1 plus 1 जास्त करणार तर आउटपुट माझी सम काय ना 0 ना, but carry will be added at the top. रेड कलर मध्ये तुम्हाला जर डिस्प्ले होत असेल तर that carry will be added here. And then after that we can perform 1 plus 1 again. जर आपण ब्लॅक नंबर्स आपण ऍड केले तर 1 plus 1 0 झाले आणि मग 0 plus 1 जर तो रेड कलरचा कॅरी ऍड केला तर तो काय येतो 1 येतो आणि पुन्हा एक नवीन कॅरी एक्स्ट्रा ऍड होतो. That carry will be sent into a next column. And then after that there is no values is there 0 0, both are 0 0 0, 0 plus 0 0 will, and then finally 0 plus 1 1 will. This is the addition of your binary numbers. Simply we are performing the additions here. The same way we have performed binary subtractions. The rules for the binary subtraction काय आहे 0 minus 0. When you performing the binary subtraction, the following rules 0 minus 0, it is 0 होतो. 1 minus 0 1 होईल. 0 minus 1, it takes a borrow, means we have to take a borrow from the next higher bit पासून आपण एक we have to take a borrow, and then after that the difference is output tile 1 in, and that borrow will be added to a next column. When you taken the borrow from the next bit, higher bit next higher bit पासून आपण borrow घेतो, so that will be again shifted to next column. And 1 minus 1, it is a 0. Okay, these are the rules for the binary subtraction. We go for the binary subtraction. Subtract 1100 minus from the 111 1101. So we are performing the operation ज्यावेळेस आपण करू 1 minus 0 जर केला, so as per my rule 1 minus 0, it is 1, and 0 minus 0 जर केला तर output is 0 as it is. 1 minus 1 जर केला so perform, that is 0, and 1 minus 1 again it will be as if the output is 0 0 1. So this is the binary subtraction. Binary multiplication. When you performing the binary multiplication 0 into 0, that is 0. Then after that 0 into 1 1, 1 into 0 0, and 1 into 1 1. All when you performing multiply any zero number with any of the number, so automatically the value will be a zero. That is the first three rules will be shown in a binary multiplication. And last rule is 1 into 1, that is 1. Okay, when you're performing the multiply 1, 1, 0, 1 into 1, 1. जर मला multiply करायचं असेल, we can perform like this way 1, 1, 0, 1, it is 1, 1. And finally, first number you have to multiply with all the numbers 1 into 1, 1. And then this is 1 into 1. It is 1 multiply with the 1. 0 into 1. 0 into 1. When you, my rule guys, what my rule is says 0 into 1, 0 will be there. 1 into 1. Again, when you performing the 1 into 1, it is, you find out the 1. 1 into 1. Again, it is form it is into 1. It will be create a 1. 1 into 1, 1 hoto. Then after that, again, you can multiply with the 1, this one with this one. It is again performing, this value will be a 0. It is a 0. And then 1 into 0, 1 is there. Then 1 into 0 means when you performing with the 1 and a 0, it is a 0 is there. 1 into 1, again it is 1. And finally 1 into 1, it is 1. And all these, when you performing the output that we find out, the here we performing the addition will be performed here. So when you're performing the addition, the 1 plus 0, 1, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 0, 1, 1 plus 1, 1, and one carry will be forward here. The red color मध्ये carry दिसतो इथे, and that carry is again 1 into 1, 0 is there. 1 plus 1, 0, and next carry to पुढच्या column ला forward करतो, then output will be this one, 1, 1, 0, 1. This is the output of your my. Okay, anyone difficulty? If you are any difficulty, anyone can be asked the question. So then next is binary division is there. In that binary division, we find out the some rules are there. Just upon binary division, as the same we have rule, we are performing the decimal. Just upon already we have learned it division in many times. The same rule is there when you define with a 0 by 0, it is a 0. Then 0, if it is 0 and divide by 1, so then definitely the output is recommended is reminder has 0 rail and then that is well quotient has with them. Just suppose I have divided like this way. This one here it is 1 and it is a 0. So then when you divide this 1, so 1 effect the 1 cannot be divided by 0. So then it is we are forming the quotient is काय 0 चा जाईल. Then after that 0. It will be a 0, 0. Then after that remainder is also 0. Okay, then when you divide this 1 divided by 0, it is undefined, means it is an infinity. It is not defined. So that's why it is undefined is there. So that's why we have taken it. 1 divided by 1, 1 divided by 1 जर केला असेल तर काय will definitely quotient हा 1 1 ला divide will. Suppose we have taken this example is this 1 divided by 1 जर केला असेल तर मी काय करणार इथे 1 चाच भाग देणार, 1 नी भाग गेला, then we have minus with this value. इथे minus करणार, minus 1 it is, we have to find out 0 is there. So this output will be a 0 here. Okay. Okay, this is the rules for the binary divisions. Same way I want to perform the binary division for these numbers. So again we go with this. Then we divide these numbers 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1 divided by 1, 1. So this value is again first as same way we are divided in the decimal division. So we go with when you're performing in the binary division, 1, 1 the first divide kala. First you can go with the 1, you can multiply with 1, 1, and then 1 we have to divide it 1, 1. Then 1 minus 1, 0. It is here you perform the subtraction 1 minus 1, 0, 1 minus 1, 0. That's why it is 0. And next value is also we can take it. So 0, 0 divided by 1, 1. It is not be possible. You can multiply with 1, 1. So here we are again multiply with the 0, and then any number will be multiplied with 0. That is a 0, 0. That's why again I will be taking the 0. Here 0 will be taken here, then 0 is multiplied with 0, then again it will be 0. Then we are taking it 1. So 0, 1 is not be possible to divide with them by 11. So again, I have divide by multiply with 11, 1, 1 is with a 0. And then we are finding out the 0, 0. Then again, one value will be added and last 2, 1, 1 is there. And then again, we are divided with the 1, multiply with the 1 and finally we get in 0. The final, this is my quotient. This quotient will be there and this is my remainder. This is in this way we have to perform your division. Only rule will be keep in your mind. तुम्हाला rules सगळे लक्षात ठेवायचे. That rules is 0 जर 0 ने dividing केलं तर 0च राहणार. 0 divided by 1 असेल तर it is quotient 0 येणार, रिमाइंडर सुद्धा 0 येणार. 1 divided by 0 असेल तर then रिमाइंडर हा अनडिफाईन्ड म्हणजे तिथे क्वेश्चन पण येणार नाही. क्वेश्चन जरी आपण घेतला असेल 1 ने मल्टिप्लाय किंवा 0 ने मल्टिप्लाय केला असेल तर दॅट इट इज नॉट बी पॉसिबल टू multiply. So undefined is there and infinite value will be coming there. So 1 divided by 1, quotient is 1, remainder is 1. This is the rule for the binary subtractions. So divide by this one and finally output will be displayed. Again, these are the main 4 binary arithmetic operations जे आपण बघितले. That is first is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. These main addition, subtraction, multiplication. The rules are again I will repeat. Suppose at the time of examination some questions is asked. MCQ questions will तुम्हाला किंवा perform the binary of what is the output of this. So again you can see the rule 0 plus 0 0, 1 plus 0 1, 0 1 plus 0 is 1, again 1 plus 1 is, it is sum will be a 0, carry will be generated here, binary additions. So this is the example. Binary subtraction is 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. This when you're performing the 0 minus 1, it takes a borrow from the another column and then it will be submit. At the last you can again as it is submitted to next column. Then this is subtractions, multiplications is there, then multiply with this value, binary division. Okay, this is binary division. Again we go for the, there are the 2 types of numbers. One is signed numbers and the second one is unsigned binary numbers. Signed numbers means the number value will be a negative, yeah, value will be a positive. Signed numbers, either both signs are possible, either it is positive number or that number will be a negative number. So that is a signed number. Unsigned numbers means it is only a positive numbers. So the integer variables are represented in a signed and unsigned manner. The positive numbers and negative values are differentiated by using a sign flag. When you are storing your data in a 8-bit format, guys, again I'll be go with this previous one image that I'll show here. When you stored your data in this bit format, so when you this bit last bit will be showing your the number is positive and negative. This last bit, हा जो last वाला bit असतो ना, that shows your the number is positive and negative in your 8-bit. Either suppose you are taking the 16-bit, either you are taking 32-bit, yeah, for then a 64-bit combination जर घेत असाल, the last bit जो असतो that last bit will be represent your the parity bit. त्याला आपण parity bit म्हणतो and that parity bit will be represented. It is a number is positive and negative that is shown in your. This is the number is either positive or either it is a negative. Just a minute, I'll clear this. The number is either positive or negative. The integer numbers are positive पण असू शकतो, either it is negative पण असू शकतो. The combination of this number. The unsigned number does not have any flag. That flag is completely zero. म्हणजे तो जो one number काय शो करतो, number is positive, negative number या positive number. And the last जो bit असतो that bit represented as a positive number and negative. Only positive numbers can be stored by unsigned numbers. Unsigned numbers फक्त positive numbers show. There is no flag is there. So the flag ha zero राहणार त्या केस मध्ये. And when you're finding out a 1 at the last bit, you can show that it number is positive and negative. Then binary representations, binary number आपण represent करताना just unsigned and signed representation करतो. तो our computer can only understand करतो only zeros and ones. तो फक्त 0 and 1 understand करतो. तो मग त्या केस मध्ये this when you are showing your binary number representation ज्यावेळेस आपण करणार, they are divided into 2 categories. One is unsigned representation and the one is a signed representation. The signed unsigned representation means it is unambiguous. Yeah, only positive numbers are coming into the unsigned numbers. The positive numbers are represented in both ways. Sign numbers पण तो शो करू शकतो पॉझिटिव्ह नंबर +5 प्लस -5. आता इथे दोन्ही साईन आहे +5 आणि -5. हे सगळे बोथ नंबर्स आर कमिंग टू साइन नंबर्स. दोन्ही साइन आहेत प्लस और मायनस. अँड बट निगेटिव्ह नंबर्स कॅन ओनली डिस्क्राइब इन द साइन वेज. -5, -35, -70, all these are the sign showing with the signs. पॉझिटिव्ह नंबरला साइन दाखवायची गरज नाहीये, तो बाय डिफॉल्ट ऑप्शनल आहे. दॅट वेन यू आर नॉट बी मेन्शन इन द साइन, जर तुम्ही साइन मेन्शन नसेल केलं तरी पण तो ऑटोमॅटिकली काय होतो की दॅट नंबर इज कन्सिडर्ड ॲज अ पॉझिटिव्ह नंबर. द डिफरन्स बिटवीन द अनसाइन्ड अँड साइन नंबर इज द साइन अँड number is does not have any sign for the positive or negative numbers, and identification is that the sign numbers are mostly use a sign, positive sign, negative sign, they have used there in your. Okay, so these are the figure. तुम्ही जर बघाल फिगर मध्ये दोन बायनरी नंबर्स रिप्रेझेंटेशन दोन फॉर्मॅट मध्ये केलेलं आहे. वन इज अनसाइन नंबर्स अँड द सेकंड वन इज साइन नंबर्स. मग साइन नंबर्स मध्ये बोथ पॉझिटिव्ह पण येणार निगेटिव्ह पण येणार. मग त्यात साइन नंबर्स आर डिवाइडेड इंटू sign representation can be divided into three categories. Sign magnitude, either it is ambiguously in the twos column, then after that ones complement is there, then after that twos complements are there. So what is the ones complement and twos complement? Suppose the questions are asking एक number दिला जाईल आणि त्याला जर आपण find out the ones complement त्याचा काय match, so convert this number into ones complement. Such type of one number will be given and then converts into, and which will be mapping. The ones complement means it is, see, ones complement means all the numbers are changed, all zeros are converted into ones and ones are converted into zero. That is simple way, that is called as a ones complement. So कुठलाही number जर दिला असेल जिथे one show होतोय, that represent into zero and zero is converted into one. Means इथे तुम्हाला काय करायचं की you can invert your numbers. Either zero is inverted into one, one is inverted into झिरो. मीन्स त्याचा अपोजिट नंबर लिहायचा आहे. वनचा झिरो होईल अँड झिरोचा अपोजिट नंबर इज वन. सो यू कॅन दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज अ वन्स कॉम्प्लिमेंट. तर सो द कॉम्प्लिमेंट नंबर जर आपल्याला करायचा असेल, हा नंबर दिलेला आहे की द 110 this numbers. So we have shown this 110 110 01. So you can simply convert whatever the you can find out, the one is converted into zeros and zeros are converted. The first one, where it will be converted into zero, second one is converted into zero, and third is zero, then it is converted into one. Fourth is one, then we have converted into zeros. Fifth is zero, again it convert into this one. Then after that dot operator is there, dot is as it is, then after that one is there. So this one is converted to zero and the second one is also converted into zero. Then zero is converted into one and last one is converted into, this is called as a ones complement. जो नंबर असेल त्याला इन्व्हर्ट करा and that number is called as a ones complement. The main use of ones complement is representation of असाइन नंबर्स. म्हणजे हा जर इथे या केसमध्ये वन नंबर्स हा वन जर लास्ट पॅरिटी विथ होत असेल तर इट इज झिरो. तो देन इट इज the main purpose of ones complement to represent is sign binary numbers. Means last bit it shows that it is a जो पॉझिटिव्ह नंबर असेल त्याला निगेटिव्ह मध्ये आपण कन्वर्ट करतो, निगेटिव्ह असेल तर त्याला इट कॅन कन्वर्ट इनटू अ पॉझिटिव्ह नंबर्स मध्ये आपण कन्वर्शन करू शकतो व्हेन युजिंग विथ sign and unsigned numbers. Just a minute. दिस इज वन्स कॉम्प्लिमेंट. आता याच्या अपोज मध्ये टूज कॉम्प्लिमेंट. आता टूज कॉम्प्लिमेंट काय असतं, व्हॉट इज अ टूज कॉम्प्लिमेंट? टूज कॉम्प्लिमेंट ज्यावेळेस आपण परफॉर्म करायचं असतो त्या केसमध्ये मला काय करावं लागेल, फर्स्ट आय हॅव कन्वर्ट दॅट नंबर इन टू वन्स कॉम्प्लिमेंट. वन्स कॉम्प्लिमेंट मी पहिले कन्वर्ट करणार जो काही नंबर असेल, व्हॉट एव्हर द नंबर इज गिवन ऍट द टाइम ऍट द एक्झामिनेशन, So I have convert that number into first is when you're performing the two's complement, first you can convert into one's complement. त्याला one's complement मध्ये करा means what is the rule for the one's complement? So whatever the ones are there, the ones are converted into zeros, zeros are converted into ones. This is my one's complement. One's complement zeros or the has the number. For example, we are given the number is 1 1 0 1 1. So this number is given 1 1 0 1 1. So when you performing this convert into two's complement, तो मला सगळ्यात पहिले काय होईल? I have whatever the ones are there, so that ones are written into zeros. Then again, the next one is also converted into zeros. Then next one is zero is there, so it will be converted to one. And then one is next is one is there, so it will be converted to zeros. And last two zeros are there, so that will be converted to one. And this one is there. This is my conversion for the ones complement झालं. आता ones complement झाल्यानंतर if my last beat is one, if last beat is one, जर तो वन असेल, इथे जर झिरोच्या ऐवजी जर वन असता, तो that one is added at the last and that is called your ones converted into two's complement. Okay, so this is we have to convert this all changes zeros to one and ones to zero and first perform the ones into the ones complement and now add one to least significant bit. आता least significant bit म्हणजे काय झालं की whatever the last bit is there. So this last bit is the last bit is least significant bit कुठला झाला ज्यावेळेस आपण ones complement after completion of ones complement. So this is my last bit. Last bit is least significant bit is this one and most MSB means this one. This is my MSB most significant bit. This is most significant bit. Most significant MSB. This is MSB. This is MSB for the most significant and LSB means this last one. Now this one is added at the least significant bit. मतलब मैं क्या करना least significant bit ला one add करना and when you performing the additions then again 1 plus 1 definitely it is 0. Then 1 carry is there, we can forward in the next column, that is 1 plus 1 is again 0. Then again 1 carries forward is there, so here it is we find out the 0, the 0 is converted into 1, 0 plus 1 1 hoga. Then after finally all as it is your operation. This is my two's complement. Definitely you can easily solve that the two's complement. मतलब काय करायचं again I'll be repeat one's complement मध्ये मी काय करणार one's complement if I performing the one's complement वरचं if any question is there so I have first converted all ones are converted into zeros and all zeros are converted into ones. This is my the operations we have performed on the ones into zeros and zeros into ones. This is my operations we have performed. Okay, the next one is we performing the two's complement. Two's complement चा rule क्या होता माझा कि whatever the number is there, so that number is again converted into first ones complement convert करूँगा means ones are converted to zeros and zeros are converted into ones and finally at the last significant we are least significant bit also least significant last number in that we have to add one and then we performing the addition, that is when whatever the number is converted in the your final output will be generated, so that number is called as a two's complement. Then again come to the computer languages. In that the computer languages are there. Computer understand only 0 1, that is called as a binary language. The second thing is that after binary language will be a complex, very difficult to understand. Then the developers, yeah, otherwise the scientists, they have designed another language for that is called as assembly language. Because when you are using creation of only the operation will be performed by using the binary languages, arithmetic operation will be performed, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and when you convert it into any characters, so then we have a different combination of bits are there. So that bits are suppose the ASCII value of A is there the 65, then 65 is converted into binary. B is 66, capital B is 66, small a 92, then convert it into its equivalent binary number. And very difficult for every user की to understand is करता ला easily generate करता है binary language. Binary is a fast programming language, but it is very complex, not easily understand to every users. So that's why they have designed in 1960s, the next language is an assembly language. In 1960s and 1950s, they have generated this use of the assembly language will be developed, because at that time the processor will be started designing 8000. So this processor will be started coming to IBM was started. They have designing the processors. IBM for International Business Machine. So this organization they started designing our processors. Then after that, for that processors, they have designed assembly language, and this assembly language will use some mnemonics. Mnemonics they have used means easily understand for the additions. Addition साठी easily understand साठी they have using a mnemonics like add. Suppose मला एखादा data move करायचा असेल तर we have used move नावाचा key instructions they have designed. And 8085, 8086, these are the processor 386, 486, 586. Then after that, Pentium will be coming. Pentium processors are coming. N series processors are coming. Right now, we are using the i3, i7, i10 असे प्रोसेसर आपल्याकडे अवेलेबल आहे मार्केटमध्ये. वेगवेगळे ड्युअल कोर प्रोसेसर्स आहे, कोर टू डिओ प्रोसेसर्स आहे. मग या सगळ्यांना अंडरस्टँड जर करायचं असेल, त्यांचं इंटरफेसिंग प्रोग्रामिंग करायची असेल, तर देन वी नीड असेंब्ली लँग्वेज. So this assembly language have low programming language, use a mnemonics code like add, move, represent a machine instructions. That is called machine instruction, making it easier for human to understand the which work will be converted. या कुठलं वर्क होत आहे तो अंडरस्टँड करायसाठी ज्या काही इन्स्ट्रक्शन डिझाईन केल्या गेल्या, अँड देन आफ्टर दॅट दिस इन्स्ट्रक्शन्स अगेन इट कन्वर्ट ऑटोमॅटिकली बाय असेंबलर नावाचं एक translator use केलं गेलं, and that assembler is translate your assembly language into again machine language. Means this is the way of to convert your conversion of your programs assembler to lower level. That lower level is a machine code. Binary code मध्ये जर आपल्याला ट्रान्सफर करायचं असेल, then we have used assembler, and that assembly language will be used for the assembler will be used for to convert your assembly language. Okay, then we have used some advantage of this assembly language programming. It is speed याला चांगली भेटली गेली. When you are designing that any program, it will be because binary is too complex. I don't understand how suppose I want to create a word, so it is very difficult to add साठी जर मला binary conversion करायचं असेल तर binary A capital 65, D is capital 69. त्याचं कन्वर्शन करा, 69चं बायनरी इक्विव्हॅलेंट करा. इट इज व्हेरी टेक टाइम कन्झ्युमिंग होती ती लँग्वेज, मशीन लँग्वेज. मग त्याला स्पीड when you directly write add, and add is addition of 2 plus 3, then directly you can add your values. Yeah, otherwise move this data from xyz to xyz location. So that we can move your easily your data. So it allows the direct manipulation of hardware and leading to a faster execution of times. So that is the first advantage, is that speed and efficiency मला चांगली भेटली when you are using the assembly languages there. Then fine grained control will be there, making it suitable for the task like a device driver designing साठी मला. Then second advantage मला designing साठी assembly language useful झाली. Operating system kernels when you are designing the different operating systems are the when you are designing your kernel, so then we have used also the assembly language will be used. Performance critical applications design करायचे असेल at the time, so we have used the assembly language. So that's why these are the advantage of the when using the assembly language. Then one again disadvantages as compared with a higher level language compared केले गेली, so it is only the it is complexity is again increased compared with a higher level language. And particular machine specific असेल ती language, because of the processor is 8085, so only the instructions are only work for the 8085. It is not work for the 8086 processor किंवा 386 processor. 486 processor तो the तेच code तेच instruction execution होत नाही, because of 808 is a 8-bit processor, 8086 is a 16-bit processor. त्याच्यानंतर जे नवीन प्रोसेसर आहे ते ऑल इज आर 32-bit प्रोसेसर. आता जे i7 i7 किंवा i3 i5 प्रोसेसर्स आहे, i10 प्रोसेसर्स आहे, हे सगळे कसे झाले, ऑल इज आर दी 64-bit processor. So this machine specific programming language झाली. That's why it is a one of the disadvantages machine specific hai. Development time is more for the when you are designing your, because we need to check ki which instruction is used for that purpose, what purpose. So that time the development time is also more when you are using the assembly language. Okay, then it replace is higher level language. Then it replace a completely higher level language replace के लिए, and that user can easily understand, user can easily read, they can write their code easy way. So that language is called as a high level language. Programming language designed for easy to use, yeah, easy of use and portability, then abstracting away and low level hardware details. Everything will be managed by all these, that is in the high level language. In that example is Python, Java, C programming, JavaScript, and many other programming languages are available in the market that are a higher level programming language. Yeah, HLL, higher level language. So here we all the data, whatever the instructions जे काही आपण लिहिले गेले, that can be user can easily read. This user la easily understand. Printf, scanf when you are using a C programming language, Java programming language आपण use केली असेल तर C++ programming language use case, so the we can easily write the instructions, user can easily understand the instruction, and that all instruction in your English level language. So that's why it is very useful for the programming, and this programming speed will be increased. Here the focus is to solving the problem and building the applications rather than managing the hardware details. मला कुठल्याही हार्डवेअरचा डिटेल मेंटेन करावं लागत नाही. ऑटोमॅटिकली the program जे instructions आहेत, ज्या statements आहे, that statements directly use there and you can easily solve your problems. Translators मध्ये when you are using this, the languages like C programming, C++ programming, all they have using the compilers. Java programming, when you are using there, they are using the interpreter as well as compiler. Python will be using the interpreter. Visual Basic, they are using an interpreter. Only basic languages there in previously in 1970s. They implemented a basic programming higher level language, so that also use an interpreter. So these Python is there, Fortran is there, Pascal is there. All these languages are the higher level languages. All these are the languages. Perl, PHP, all these are also languages. .NET is also one of the language. C Sharp is also the one of the language. So all these are the higher level language examples. So you can easily convert your program. You can easily write your program in the. Okay, then some of the advantages of the higher level language, easy use, because of higher level language is easy to learn and write them easily. And after that, when you compile your program, it automatically convert into assembly language. If you want to convert this, so we can convert your assembly language. The whole program will be converted into assembly language. There is no need. The compilers are there, the interpreters are there, automatically convert into. As compared with the assembly language, it is completely easy. Portability, when you compile your code at one location, write your code in one location, run on in a different platform also. So that will be possible in the Java programming language. You can write the code in a one of the systems. एखाद्या विंडोज प्लॅटफॉर्मला जर कोड लिहिला असेल, यू कॅन रन ऑन द सेम कोड ऑन द लिनक्स प्लॅटफॉर्म या युनिक्स प्लॅटफॉर्मला तुम्ही तो रन करू शकता. Productivity, development cost, then development can be write a code and more quickly as compared with the other assembly language and machine language पेक्षा efficiency चांगली भेटते. Then we have write a easily code on your higher level language. Some of the disadvantages there, because as compared with the machine language, it is a slower. It is a slower because machine language only, and when you return your code, it is in the directly ones and zeros. But here we are writing the higher level language, then it convert into equivalent, binary equivalent convert karela. Then we have used some device driver, and device driver is again converted into zeros and machine lower level format. So that's why it is not be a faster as compared with the machine language. The is a slower language. When you performance is that high level language and be higher performance, can have a performance over it compared with the assembly language. Yeah, less control, provide a direct control with the hardware resources. That is a main problem with the machine language, directly connect with the hardware if you're writing in the code. So that's why it is a faster as compared with the higher level language. So these are some advantage and disadvantage of the. So we learn a new programming higher level language that is called as a computer programming in C. So everyone knows, yeah, some of the just suppose us from the different backgrounds, Astal. So we have go with learn this the C programming language. So some introductory level we have learned here. C is a general purpose language. C is also called as a procedure oriented language. C is also called as a structured oriented language. It was created in 1970 by Dennis Ritchie. डेनिस रिची नावाचे जे व्यक्ती होते त्यांनी ही लँग्वेज क्रिएट डिझाईन केली होती. दॅट डेनिस रिची व्हेरी वाईडली यूज and influence at the time of 1970s too. Right now also the C is a low level programming language as well as, yeah, it is not a low level, it is not a high level, it is a middle level programming language म्हटली जाते. And then most of the operating systems they have implemented, that is like Unix, Linux, all these are implemented through the C programming language. And what are the different features are there we have widely used for the designing of any applications when using with the C programming language. Yeah, mostly the device drivers are targeted. The hardware interfacing hai, hardware coding hai, that coding is also written through a C programming language मध्ये design केले जाते. When your C was implemented in 1970 and 1972, for complete implementation 1972, so it is first they have again implemented the Unix programming language by using a C programming language through C Unix design के लिए. And then after that Unix is also writing Unix, whatever the codes are written in a all code is written in a C programming language. Okay, then go with the next is a different data types as available with the C programming language. So mostly there are the 4 different data types. The 4 कुठले कुठले data types आहेत बघा. First is the data types is why we use the data type because I want to store the variable values. ज्यावेळेस आपण व्हेरिएबल क्रिएट करतो आणि त्याच्यामध्ये व्हॅल्यू ज्या असतात दॅट व्हॅल्यू आय वॉन्ट टू स्टोर. सो वी नीड द विच टाइप ऑफ व्हॅल्यू इज देअर. इट इज अ इंटीजर, इट इज अ फ्लोट, इट इज अ डबल, या इट इज अ कॅरेक्टर. So when you are going to the integer, it is a whole numbers. Any value without fraction ज्या असेल विदाउट डेसिमल पॉइंट असेल that is your integer type of numbers. Okay, the number is either 1, 2, 3, 4. It is either positive, either negative numbers that are come into the integer parts. Okay, the next one is 2 and 2 or 4. This is the size will be mentioned in the size of the because when using a 32-bit compiler, it takes a 2 byte of memory locations to store one integer variable. ज्यावेळेस आपण integer variable declare करतो त्याच्यामध्ये जर 32-bit compiler असेल तर आपण त्याची बाईट 2 बाईट मध्ये तो मेमरी स्टोर अलोकेट करतो. When the compiler is a 64-bit असेल तर then it store the 4 byte of memory locations. It reserve तो काय करतो की 4 बाईटचं मेमरी स्पेस अलोकेट करून ठेवतो when you are taken when you run your program on a 64-bit of a compiler. So that reserve the 4 bytes. Float is also 4 byte of memory location. 4 byte of memory locations will be used there. Then after that 4 byte of memory locations use केल्यानंतर it stored a fraction values. आपण फ्लोट मध्ये आपण काय करू शकतो स्टोर द फ्रॅक्शन व्हॅल्यूज कंटेनिंग द 1 or more decimals. एक पेक्षा जास्त आपण डेसिमल तिथे स्टोर शकतो. मोस्टली when you are defining the float, so it take a 6-digit precision for the storing of the numbers. 1.99, that is the example we have written here. The same way, जर मला याच्यापेक्षा मोठा नंबर I want to make, if I want to big numbers, so I want to store in a C programming, so then we have used a double as a data type. Double data type मी तिथे use करणार and then we have stored 8 byte of reserve memory will be used for one variable. एका variable साठी मला 8 byte memory लागतात. Store the fraction numbers containing one or more decimal points up to 15-digit decimal precision. Means after the decimal point नंतर मला किती डिजिट घेता येतात 15 डिजिट पर्यंत आपण अलाउड करतो when using as a double as a data type. सेम वे जर मी फ्लोट हा डेटा टाइप जर घेतला असेल तर मला आफ्टर डेसिमल पॉईंट नंतर म्हणजे 1.99 नंतर मी अजून 6 डिजिट घेऊ शकतो. या डेसिमल पॉईंट पासून मी पुढचे इथपर्यंत 6 डिजिट घेऊ शकतो. बट when you are taken with this number, so this is a total 15 decimal points after decimal this one. So this is the double data type. Then character, which store the character values is there. A 1 byte of data is there. Store the single byte of character. Single byte जर असेल, they have reserved for the 1 byte of memory location. एका बाईट मध्ये किती स्टोर होतात? 8 बीट स्टोर होतात. 8 बाईट मध्ये 64 बीट होईल. 4 बाईट मध्ये 32 बीट होईल. 4 8 32 बीट्स विल बी स्टोर्ड. 2 बाईट्स मध्ये 16 बीट होईल. 4 बाईट मध्ये 30 बीट. These bits will be stored. So here when you are taking the character, it stored 1 byte of memory location and then stored a single character when you are taking the one character. If it's combination of that character, that is called as a string. ज्यावेळेस आपण combination मध्ये store करतो, it is a string. And when you return your example will like this way, data will be stored in a double quotation. That is a character. So these main four, yeah, that is called as a primary data type of. Then we have declared the different type of variables. The variables C programming मध्ये आपण variable declared करतो. So variables are contain the storing of a data values like number, characters, different type of values will be stored, will be there. In C programming, the different types of variables are there. Either you can store the integer value that stored whole numbers. Then mala fraction value means it is a range of this one. 1 to 1 2 3, then minus 1 2 3. Character means the data float data घेत असेल, the data will be stored in the form of decimal like this way 19.99 या minus 19.99. This is the data with a decimal point. When you take in a character as a data type, you can take it as small a, capital B. All these are the examples we have. So, but when you are storing a string, it will be stored in a double quotation, and then you can write it. If you write it A, suppose I want to store A, B, C. I want to store a C. So then we are written into a double quotation. We are writing a double quotation. This is called as a string. So आपण double quotation मध्ये लिहित असाल तर we can use a string here. Okay. The next one is, this is variable. Constant is there. If you want to store your data permanent fixed data जर असेल तो you want don't change like that means मला जर pi ची जर व्हॅल्यू फाइंड आउट करायची असेल तर pi काय असतो फिक्स असतो तो असतो 3.14 that is the pi value. So that will be a fix. So I want to fix my data. So when you are using a C programming, there is a const नावाचा keyword. So that const keyword you can declare the fixed value. It is not be changed at the time of execution of your programs. ज्यावेळेस आपण प्रोग्राम एक्झिक्यूट करू त्याची व्हॅल्यू चेंज होणार नाही. दॅट व्हॅल्यू विल बी अ फिक्स. So this is declared as a constant variable, which means unchanged. It is only read only. तुम्ही फक्त त्याला डेटा रीड ओनली करू शकता. We cannot be changed. If I change the value, जर मी आता इथे एक्झाम्पल लिहिलंय की const int will be declared as 15. My num नावाचा जो व्हेरिएबल आहे that num will be stored as a 15 value. ही फिक्स झाली. After that, I want to change my number in the last statement. It will be a show the error because it is a read only value. It is not be a modified. आपण तुम्ही modify करू शकत नाही. So that is called as a constant fixed value. Variable मध्ये आपण काय म्हणतो की the value will be changed. Either previously it will be 1 2 3. Next time it is minus 1 2 3. 19.99. It is the first. After some period, you have to change minus 19.99. That will be possible, but it is not possible when you are declaring a constant value. C keywords, which is most important. Total is 32 keyword which we are finding out in the C programming. So the some recently we have added the number of again keywords, advanced keyword. We can find out that some keywords are there. The keywords are predefined and reserve the words which is only for the programming purpose, which is not used for as a syntax. You cannot be used as a variable name. So that's the 32 keywords are completely reserved. A list of C keyword, yeah, reserve words in a C programming like auto, break, case, character, constant, continue, default, do, double, else, enum, extern, float, for, go to, if, int, long, register, return, short, sign, size of, static, struct, switch, type definition, union, unsigned, void, volatile, and while. So these all 32 keywords are used for your programming purpose. हे सगळेच्या सगळे keywords आपण programming purpose साठी use करतोय. All these 32 keyword is reserve keyword, that is also called, which is never declared as your as a variable name in your programming. Okay, so this is C keywords. Again, if statement is there, yeah, control statement is there. So there are the two different types of control statements are there. If statement, if condition is there, then after that, if condition in the same way, if the condition is true, we can execute your part. Otherwise, you can go with the else part of the program. Then after that, if the condition is false, you can execute a false part. Then if same way we have defining the switch case statement. In that switch case is also we can control condition switch, and the condition will be match. If the condition is true, we match with your case conditions. Particular case will be execute, not execution of the all cases. When why we use a switch case? Because of we have when you return the nested if statements in a C programming, it creates a lot of problem. Because what problem is there? We can execute, you can check all the conditions. We check all the condition when using a nested if statement. Suppose the conditions are 100, I want to last condition is my 200 number condition is true, so I'll be check also 99, previous 99 condition is also checked. So that is the main problem with the nested if statements. We have waste of our time. We can waste your the coding of your long code will be written in the program. So that will be replaced with a switch case. Only the particular case will be matched. That case will be executed by a C programming. So that is the C control statements. After that, the C loop statements are there. The some loop statements are there. Loop are in the programming are used to repeat the block of code until the specified condition is met. Means what key why we written the C loop statements? Multiple statements I want to print. Continue, I want to print that values. Continue, I want to execute the same statement. So that time we need a loop statement. So that's why in C programming, there are the, again possibilities. The go-to statement is that you can use that a go-to statement and jump the statement from conditional unconditional branching. So unconditional branching means you can jump at any location. Then again, you can execute continue your statement. So when up to condition is true. The same way we have defined three different types of loop: for loop, while loop, and do while loop. Here it is a syntax for that for loop, while loop, and do while loop. First for loop, initialize your variable, then initialize, after that check your conditions, then execute your body. Again, when you update your variable, after that the update your variable, again it go for the checking your conditions. It will be go here, check your condition, and if the condition is true, again repeat will be executive of your programs. Again repeatedly you have to use the same program for the number of times. Okay, the next is the while loop statement. First is check your conditions, execute your condition. If the condition is true, execute your body. First, they have checked the conditions. If the condition is true, they can enter this loop. Otherwise, it directly exit the loop. If the condition is false, that case it exit. Update your variable inside that update variable झाल्यानंतर it again jump to this positions. It check your conditions again and it will be execute repeated the statements. The same way do while statement. Here it is first execute your body and check your condition at the last. Check your condition at the last. After that, the it true, it repeat your again these statements. Again repeat your the loop will be executed. Otherwise, it will be stop here and execute your loop. So these are the three different. While loop is called as an entry control loop and do while loop is called as an exit control loop. So these statements will be used. These three loops are used in the C programming. So these loops are used for the repetitive statements I want to print. Then that cases I go for that while loop, do while loop, and uh, in the C programming. We go for the some MCQs. If you are ready for that MCQ, some MCQ examples are, we have check it. Who is the C programming language? Please judge your answers and tell me you the answers. Who is the father of C programming language? So answer is yes, anyone?
C. Dennis Ritchie.
Yes, correct. This is the
Dennis,
answer for the Dennis Ritchie. The next question is, which of the following is not a C valid variable name? Such type of questions are coming into your uh, at the time of MCQ exam, CET exams. Integer,
In
int
roll,
dollar main.
In
Last
dollar means
option, last option is there. Last option, that is the int dollar, because special characters are not allowed when you declaring your variables. ज्यावेळेस आपण variable declared करतो त्यावेळेस we are not allowed this special dollar characters. Underscore are allowed, but dollar is not allowed. This third is valid variable because of it is underscore. इथे जर underscore असतं, so it is also all variables are valid झालेच आहे. Okay, we go for the next. Write the program and tell me the answers key. What is the answer? If value of int y is equal to 10,000, y is equal to 34,000, sorry, 34, and it prints what? Output is compile error hello world print will, and then after that it prints the 34. Yeah, it prints 1,000. Yeah, hello world junk value will be there.
I over 34.
Yes, correct. This value is correct. Hello world, because आन्सर हॅलो वर्ल्ड हा जो प्रिंटफ स्टेटमेंट आहे याच्यामध्ये ऍज इट इज तो काय करेल तुम्हाला हॅलो वर्ल्ड प्रिंट करेल आणि %d ची व्हॅल्यू y नी तो रिप्लेस करेल. y मध्ये जी व्हॅल्यू स्टोर्ड आहे मेमरी मध्ये इज 34. ओके, दिस इज इट इज अ कंपायलर एरर. why? And it is hello world 34 is the answer.
It is a compiler time error because y has two distinct values.
Y has a two distinct values.
That is
That's why it is a
10,000 and 34.
compiler error. What about this one? C code to execute. What is the answer?
Sir, A option. It causes a compile time error.
It causes compiler time error.
A option.
Sahil says
Because
it causes. Yes.
sir, because int main equals to 3, it is
No,
not
Sahil.
correct.
No, Sahil. So it prints, it will be without any error, this value will be printed. The option is C, because main is a function. हा आपण इथे define केलेला आहे, no problem. But here it is a main is a variable. हा normal variable है, and this is not a keyword. हा keyword नहीं है, हा normal variable है. It prints value 3. Means output will be, it will be without any error. The value will be print 3. कुठलाही एरर येणार नाही and value will be print. Means इथे जर if in that case इथे जर function असतं, okay, in that case this is a function, then it is error. हा error झाला असता. Okay, so this is because it call a function. मग हा any function call केला असता, हा recursive function झाला असता. हा continuously call करत गेला असता recursive function नी. Okay, these are some short MCQs are there. We go for the last topic. We covered most operating system part. An operating system is an interface, that is the definition. It is an interface between the computer user and computer hardware, because whatever the programs are designed by operating systems, so that are interfacing with your hardware. Means whatever the value, whatever the higher level data is provided by user, so that convert into lower level format. मस्त त्याच्यामध्ये तो interconnections करतो and interface create करतो, आणि interface create करून whatever the data is transferred and stored into storage device, and then again it read from the storage device to visible format मध्ये आपल्याला show करतो. That is the role of your operating system. Operating system is a software which perform basic tasks like file management, memory management, process management, handling input output, and controlling the peripherals devices like such as disk drivers and printers. ह्या सगळ्यांना कंट्रोल करायचं काम करतो. That is the role of your operating. The simple definition is it is provide an interface between computer user and hardware. जे काही because कम्प्युटर जो आहे तो कम्प्लिटली पार्ट ऑफ हार्डवेअर आहे, आणि त्या हार्डवेअरचं इंटरफेसिंग तो कन्वर्शन करतो, आणि व्हॉट एव्हर द डेटा विल बी प्रोव्हाइडेड थ्रू इनपुट डिवाइस, तो डेटा प्रोसेस करतो आणि दॅट विल बी स्टोर्ड. तो डेटा कम्प्युटर ओनली अंडरस्टँड 0 and 1, तो दॅट्स वाई अगेन इट कन्वर्शन प्रोसेसिंगचं काम ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम करतं, अँड दॅट प्रोसेसिंग झाल्यानंतर इट स्टोर्ड इन टू अ पर्टिक्युलर डिवाइस. दॅट इज अ रोल ऑफ युअर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम्स. So these are the generally computer system consist of the following components. Computer users, computer system consists of following components. The computer user is one of the component for the operating systems which can interact as a the user who uses the overall computer systems. Then आता user काय use करणार? User will be use application software. Yeah, either user can use also. If the sophisticated users any other expert users असेल, they have using a system software. We are using application. Normal users, we are using your application software like browsers, Word, Excel, editors, games. All these are, yeah, we are programming languages. We are written in Python, written a code in Python, Java, C++. All these are the application softwares we have used by users. That is called application software. जो userच्या interface ला येतो front ला. That suppose we are displaying the PowerPoint slide. So that PowerPoint will be a application software. Then system software. System software मध्ये आपण काय करतो? We have used the software which complex in natures and they are more near to computer hardware. Means तुमचा जो डेटा आहे, that data is application software read करतो, application software तो system software ला जातो आणि system software काय करतो की whatever the data coming from the top level view level मधनं जो आपण user view करतोय तो data conversion चं काम करतो system software. That is called, the role is called as a device drivers, which are designed at different languages: C programming, C++ programming, Java programming. All these are the views for the designing of a system software. So that is device driver. So that device driver conversion चं काम राहतं higher level to lower level language मध्ये conversion या assembly language conversions या otherwise machine language conversions चं काम राहतं operating system चं. There are the number of operating systems are available: Microsoft Windows, Mac OS, Linux OS, iOS, and here we have used some compilers, assembler. All these are the system softwares which conversions role is there. Higher level data to take the data from the users and convert it to lower level. So that is the system software. Computer hardware includes monitor, keyboard, CPU, devices. All these are the hardwares. Disk devices, yeah, disk, yeah, memories. All these are coming included into computer hardware. So where we store your data. So आता हा जो हार्डवेअर आहे, हार्डवेअर आणि युजर इज वन ऑफ देम. तर इंटरफेसिंगचं काम करतं ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. मीन्स इट इज अ मीडिएटर ऑफ mediator's role काम करतो your operating systems. In that we have find out some application programs are there, some system programs are there. तो system application program चा data system program कडे तो system program convert करतो. It the hardware can be understand easily. That is in the 0 and 1 format. So this is the operating system role. Operating systems, some of the examples are there which is mostly popular operating systems are there. Windows is most popular commercial operating systems where we developed by Microsoft. Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows number of versions are available. Windows 11, Windows 12 will be available in the market. The different versions of Windows NT is there. Windows 95 is there. Windows Millennium is there. The different editions are available. Pro editions are there. Home editions are there. So these are the different Windows of operating systems, and most of the world we are using the Windows operating system, most popular. And then Linux is there, which was first, and Windows was designed by Microsoft. Okay, then Microsoft owner. Then Linux is there. Linux is released in 17th September 1991 by the person is Linus Torvalds. So this person, they have designed the Linux operating system. जे आपल्याकडे इफ यू लर्न डेटा स्ट्रक्चर जो तुम्ही जर लर्न केला असेल तर त्याचे सगळे अल्गोरिथम त्यांनी इम्प्लिमेंट केले आणि दॅट इम्प्लिमेंट करून ते इंटिग्रेट केले अँड दे हॅव डिझाइन अ न्यू ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम दॅट इज लिनक्स. अँड लिनक्स इज अ ओपन सोर्स ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम्स अँड विंडो इज अ क्लोज सोर्स बिकॉज वी कॅनॉट बी मॉडिफाय द विंडोज ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम कोड. मी विंडोज ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टमचा कोड मॉडिफाय करू शकत नाही. दॅट्स वाय इट इज अ क्लोज ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. अँड वी नो लिनक्स इज अ ओपन सोर्स ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. इन दॅट ओपन सोर्स मध्ये आपण काय करू शकतो की आय हॅव टू change the Linux designed by Red Hat. Linux was designed by Linus Torvalds. So we can modify that data complete की modify करून मी माझ्या नावाची Linux create करू शकतो. You can create your own Linux also. Okay, so some of the example is Fedora, OpenSUSE, Client OS, Ubuntu. All these are the most popular Linux OS are the most popular flavor of Linux. These are the different flavors are there. Mac OS, which have used by MacBook नावाचे जे Appleचे systems आहेत, so they have using a Mac OS system was developed by Apple in 2001. They have own laptops are there, their own desktops are there. So for that purpose, they have designed their own Mac OS systems. iOS, we have which is most popular for the Apple mobiles, only iOS will you find out in that iOS in the Apple as a Apple product जे mobiles आहेत, all the Apple and which was designed by Apple also. The company name is Apple, so that's iOS will be used. Android is which is most popular again in the mobile. That is also mobile operating system which is based on the Linux kernel. जो Google ने design केलेली सगळ्यात पहिले Android operating systems. So that was designed on the basis of Linux kernel. तर कर्नल हा एक मेन पार्ट असतो एव्हरी ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम मध्ये. विंडोज मध्ये सुद्धा त्याचा कर्नल आहे, लिनक्स मध्ये त्याचा कर्नल आहे. दॅट कर्नल विल बी कंट्रोल युअर कम्प्लीट सिस्टम्स of your all the operating systems. So that kernel, Linux kernelच्या base वर they have designed the Android operating system, which was designed by Google, and then after that will be available for every most of the Android phones. We have find out the Android operating systems. These are the most popular. Number of operating systems are available, but some of the example of the operating systems here. These are the some of MCQs on operating systems. What is the operating system? It is interact between the hardware application program, yeah, otherwise collection of programs, manage the hardware resources, your system, service provider, application program. Yes, anyone?
Interface between the hardware and application program.
Okay, again, anyone have the different option? It is interface पण करतो, collection of all of the mention, all of the above mention, all of the above mention, all these operations performed by operating systems. So that's why interface पण करतो तो, collection of program manage पण करतो, hardware manage resources create manage करतो, system ला service provide करतो, application program सुद्धा provide करतो. So that's why all of the above. This is the answer for this one. Okay, then next is what is the most used computer operating systems? Most used. Linux है, Windows है, Chrome OS है कि Android OS है? Even
option
which one? Windows. Okay, correct. Windows is the most popular OS, yeah, most computer use operating system is there. This is the answer for the Windows. Then again, when was the first operating system was built? सगळ्यात पहिली operating system केव्हा डिझाइन केली गेली? 1956, 1950, which was designed by IBM. It is designed in 1956. The first operating system was developed in 1956 by IBM 704. नावाची operating systems design केली गेली for basic input output function साठी in 1956. This is the answer for this one. Then what is the type of extensions to the notepad use?
.txt.
.txt. Okay, correct. This is the .txt such because notepad is one of the application software. So hope so that questions are type of questions. What is a PDF long form? असा सुद्धा विचारला जाऊ शकतो. Text is my answer. This is a correct answer. Okay, this is for the today's computer concept. We have not covered a lot of topic, but short of most of the points are tried to cover. So any queries regarding with the computer concept, you can call me at any times. This is my number 9421888425. I am Dr. Nishant Pachpor, which is work as assistant professor in International Institute of Management. Okay, so any queries regarding your the MCA admission purpose or any regarding any type of queries in previous two sessions, yeah, next tomorrow is also one of the session is there. So any queries you can contact me. Yeah, otherwise you can contact. This is our admission cell. The college address is there. You can all numbers are active. You can contact then you can Facebook live, yeah, check us with your ims.ac.in. Then so for admission, we are opening the admissions are open for the MBA MCA course, which is most popular. The college name is in Pune, International Institute of Management Science, Chinchwad. Okay. Any query from your side for the all are receiving the, I think halls are received. मोस्ट प्रोबेबली सगळ्यांना हॉल तिकीट भेटले असतील. ऑल आर फ्रॉम द पुणे और आउट ऑफ पुणे सम.
सर आउट ऑफ पुणे.
कुठला आहात तुम्ही?
नांदेड.
नांदेड. ओके. सेंटर कुठलं तुम्हाला नांदेडचं?
राजीव गांधी कॉलेज आनंदनगर नांदेड.
ओके ओके. गजानन, साक्षी, शिवानी, साहिल.
तर यवतमाळ.
यवतमाळचं आहे. कुठलं कॉलेजला रे?
तर जगदंबा कॉलेज ऑफ इंजिनिअरिंग अँड टेक्नॉलॉजी.
कुठलं? दर्डा कॉलेज?
तर जगदंबा कॉलेज ऑफ इंजिनिअरिंग अँड टेक्नॉलॉजी.
ओके ओके. जगदंबा कॉलेज. ओके ओके. तुझं इंजिनिअरिंग चालू आहे का तिथे?
नाही सर, माझं BSc कम्प्युटर सायन्स चालू आहे अमोलक्ष्मी कॉलेजमधून. ते मला
ओके, ओके.
सेंटर मिळालं MCA एक्झामिनेशनसाठी.
ओके ओके. सेंटर ते भेटलाय जगदंबा कॉलेज. ओके ओके.
हा.
अमोलक्ष्मी कॉलेज भगत सर असतील ना?
हो सर, होते सर, आहे ना.
भगत सर माझे पण सर होते. मी पण तिथेच शिकलोय.
हो का सर? सांगावं
भगत सर.
लागेल.
हा, तू सांग त्यांना.
हो हो, नक्कीच.
सर तुमचे स्टुडंट भेटले होते ना, निशांत पासपोर्ट.
हो 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 सर, नक्की नक्की. मला पण नव्हतं
ओके
माहिती त्याबद्दल.
ओके ओके. शिवानी.
जगदंबा कॉलेज यवतमाळ सर.
ओके ओके. जगदंबा कॉलेजला आहे. तुम्ही पण अमोलक्ष्मी कॉलेज आहे आणि अदर कॉलेज?
हो सर, अमोलक्ष्मी कॉलेज.
ओके. मुलकुलवार सर आहेत का? गेलेत मुलकुलवार सर? प्रिन्सिपल मिश्रा सर आहेत ना?
रिटायर झाले सर. मुकलवा सर आणि प्रिन्सिपल सर सुद्धा रिटायर झाले.
ओके ओके. आता HOD भगत सर आहेत.
हा, करेक्ट सर, बघा सर.
ओके ओके. येस वर्षा.
फ्रॉम पुणे सर.
कुठलं?
पुणे.
पुणे. ओके. सेंटर?
लोहगाव DY पाटील स्कूल.
ओके ओके. ठीक. नागेश. युअर ग्रॅज्युएशन फ्रॉम वर्षा विच कॉलेज?
प्रतिभा कॉलेज.
Okay, Pratibha College. No problem. Nearer to this college, same college. Okay, Nagesh, Raviraj,
राहिल्यानगर.
Ailya Nairo. Okay. Raviraj,
येस सर.
college कुठला आणि तू कुठला आहे प्रॉपर?
विश्वभारती.
अमरावती?
नाही नाही, राहिल्यानगर विश्वभारती अकॅडमी
ओके
इंजिनिअरिंग
ओके ओके.
कॉलेज.
नागेश आणि तू एकच एक ठिकाणचा आहे. ओके. थँक्यू फॉर विथ युअर इंटरॅक्शन्स. तुमच्यासोबत इंटरॅक्शन करून टू बी हॅपी. थँक्यू एव्हरीवन. तुम्हारो सेशनचं वाघ सर तुम्हाला लिंक शेअर करतील. तुम्हाला जो लॉजिकल रिझनिंग वरचं सेशन राहील. मोस्ट प्रोबेबली द सेशन इज स्टार्ट ॲट 3 PM. इम्पॉर्टंट सेशन्स आहे. तुम्हाला जेव्हा मॅक्सिमम मार्क्स भेटतात तुम्हाला लॉजिकल रिझनिंगवर. कम्प्युटरवर लिमिटेड मार्क्स आहेत. देन पहिले 2 सेशन झाले त्याच्यावर मॅक्सिमम 20 मार्क्स होत आहेत. त्याच्यावर कमी मार्क्स आहेत. वाघ सर.
Hello, sir.
येस नागेश.
I have a query, sir. Where can I find previous sessions from that mathematics and all?
हां.
Where can I...
You miss the sessions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll talk to Pushparaj sir. Then Pushparaj sir will be shared a video file that video in your group. As well as we have conduct the test also. 30 मार्काची आपण शॉर्ट टेस्ट क्रिएट करतोय आणि त्या टेस्ट तुम्ही सॉल्व्ह करा. ॲज वेल एज तुम्ही तुमच्या फ्रेंडला पण शेअर करू शकता इफ दे गो फॉर दी MCET सेल. एक जस्ट प्रॅक्टिस टेस्ट राहील. तुम्हाला डिफरंट क्वेश्चन्स आर देअर इन ऑन ईच टॉपिक. आजची टेस्ट मी संध्याकाळी तुम्हाला शेअर करतो तुमच्या ग्रुपवर, जो सरांनी ग्रुप क्रिएट केलाय डॉक्टर पुष्पराज वाघ सरांनी. तर तिथे मी संध्याकाळी आजच्या सेशन त्याच्यामध्ये कॉम्प्युटर सगळे मोस्ट ऑफ द टॉपिक्स विल बी कवर्ड. क्वेश्चन्स प्रॉब्ली जास्त राहील त्याच्यामध्ये कारण की डिफरंट टॉपिक्स आहेत. तो आय बी कवर्ड मॅक्सिमम. या अदरवाइज आय बी शेअर्ड 2 डिफरंट टेस्ट ऑन दिस टॉपिक कम्प्युटर नॉलेजवरच्या, कम्प्युटर कन्सेप्टवरच्या. आणि व्हिडिओज तुम्हाला वाघ सर शेअर करतील तुमच्या ग्रुपवर.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you everyone. Any queries? Otherwise, we close the session. No problems. Thank you everyone. I'll be leave this meeting.